Welcome, everybody, to Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium, the home of the North Gold Coast Seahawks, as we bring to you the QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, Stream Team Australia, and, of course, Basketball Queensland, as the North Gold Coast Seahawks take on the Logan Thunder. I'm John Guana. I'm joined tonight by Dave Derwin and Regan Baker. We've got a huge matchup, fellas. Two really exciting teams, both full strength. This should be a great matchup.
Yeah, I think the key there is full strength, Johnny. Everyone's got their group now. The Seahawks got a late import come in, and really excited to see this one.
Yeah, Mitch Young back on the floor, and his brother Zach Young here as well for the Logan Thunder. This is the full Logan Thunder squad. This is a team that could be very dangerous, Regan.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams out on the floor could potentially be dangerous, and I think it's going to be a great matchup down the floor. And there's going to be some big matchups to keep an eye out on as well, because there are some big bodies on the floor that can get above the rim, and some really fast-paced guards on either side. So, look, it's going to be a great matchup, and it really is anyone's game.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see who matches up with who. A couple of players that I'm really excited to see for each team. I'm really excited to see Cameron Goldfinch. I thought he was awesome for the Seahawks last season, and also the return of Rayshawn Simmons for the Logan Thunder. We spoke to Rayshawn after a Logan game last year. Super impressive guy, and he started off his season pretty well last week for Logan.
Yeah, and equally, I think for the Thunder, Mitch Young is going to cause them problems too, so it'll be interesting to see how the Seahawks try and combat him. Interesting, Obi Shea obviously didn't come back for the Thunder, but they've got some other pieces, so they've tried to substitute what he brought, maybe by 2 or 3 guys. So there's some good new pieces that they've added to the Thunder group this year.
Yeah, and the teams both kind of struggling a little bit at the moment. North Gold Coast comes in at 9th place with a 2-3 record. Well, you look at Logan, they've only played 3 games, but they've only won 1 of those 3. Probably not the start that they wanted, but this is a really good opportunity for either team to really take a nice positive step forward.
Yeah, I think so. And these are the good games where, again, it's, again, the group's together for the first time, so Coach Can's going to obviously try and work out what his rotations are going to be as the season continues. And equally, for the Seahawks, they got a couple of new imports in the last couple of weeks that they're trying to integrate into the group.
Yeah, and Dave, I know you've coached Tom Howard of the North Gold Coast Seahawks. Yeah, I know you spoke to him before the game. Are we going to get a Tom Howard hammer this evening or what?
Well, I told him he's got a couple. He needs to keep it going.
Well, we saw the highlights on Facebook. I saw him smack one on Will Magnay a couple weeks ago. If I don't see one tonight, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I will be too.
I think the crowd is here. A really nice crowd, actually, for this matchup. Not too far, Logan to North Gold Coast travel, and the Thunder always travel pretty well, pretty heavy Logan crowd here as well. Both teams are on the floor. North Gold Coast in their home, aqua blue. And the Logan Thunder, I reckon that white Logan Thunder jersey could be the best one in the comp.
It is cool. I like it too.
I love the script across the chest, Regan. What do you think? Up there?
Yeah, definitely up there. I don't know whether I'd say it's my favorite in the league, but it is definitely up there in the top 3.
And just got word from the Logan Thunder general manager, one of their men's team members, Brian Coleman, unfortunately is away for a funeral. So, want to send our thoughts and our prayers to Brian, and hopefully we get to see you again later this season. The tip is off and won by Logan, so they'll have the first possession of the game. Simmons gets inside, finds Michael Cedar, fires a long 2, in and out. Offensive rebound, Tommy Amar, and he puts it in.
Yeah, Tommy was good last year for the Thunder, and he's such a key guy. He doesn't need the ball all the time. He crashes the glass, does those little things, and again, he starts the game with an offensive putback. I'm liking him and Linton matchup too. That's going to be interesting.
Wallace double teamed, looking to go one-on-one. It's 3 seconds called against Brent Wallace. Good defense there from Logan, forcing the turnover. Simmons and Linton, like you said, going to be a great matchup. Got to think Mitch Young likes to match up with Wallace. Pass stolen, though. Good hands there by Tom Howard. He's going to go right at Rayshawn Simmons. The layup is short. Good kick ahead. Simon Taylor, Young goes right around the defense. He's fouled. It's going to be 2 shots for Mitch Young. And I think, again, I say it all the time with Mitch Young, but he's a big guy, but he's most effective, I think, when he's squaring up and looking to face his defender.
Well, and Wallace is going to struggle to guard him all night on foot speed. So that's something that obviously the Seahawks are going to have to try and counter. You might see them playing a little zone throughout the night as well to try and to get better coverage. But I think they've got to keep going at getting Wallace moving and getting Young, hitting him Young off those screens like that UCLA entry, the first possession.
Corner three is up and short. Rebound grab there by Earl Jones. He's a dynamite out there. Linton gonna fire the top of the key three. That's off the front of the rim. Couple good looks there though for the Seahawks. Cedar gets inside, lost it, but he's fouled from behind. Looks like they're gonna give that one to Earl Jones, his first, the team's second. And if you guys are out there watching the game live, let us know in the comments on the YouTube channel or on Facebook. Let us know where you're watching from as well so we get you a shout out. Young goes inside, right-handed hook shot, in and out, tipped up and in. Tommy Amar. Quick 5-0 start here for Logan.
Well, Seahawks got a box out.
Howard skip pass stolen by Tom Amar. Here's Rayshawn Simmons with it. Simmons kicks it. Nice ball movement. Amar wide open for three. That's good. 8-0 run to start the game, and head coach Adam Tyrus has to take a timeout. And if you're the Logan Thunder, you gotta love this start to this game.
It's the Logan Amar show right now. Tommy with 7 of the 8 points. Doing it really simple. Hit the open shot, get on the glass. Terrific start for Logan.
And Gold Coast has had some really good looks. They just haven't seen anything fall. I think defensively, they've been okay.
Yeah.
Just Logan really seems to be on fire at the moment.
Yeah, I think they've been okay defensively. They just need to get their bodies in the keyway and start boxing out, because Amar's already had 2 putbacks, one of those being a tip. So it's an easy 4 points for Tommy Amar when he can get himself in the paint and easily get the putback points. So Seahawks just need to get in there and, find their man and not let them get around. So, that's made a big difference early on. But I think you're right, Johnny. The North Gold Coast Seahawks haven't really done anything wrong offensively. They've made some good looks. There's been really good inside-outside play, a great 3-point drop from the corner as well. They just haven't found the bottom of the net.
Got to give a shout-out to Tyler Warboys, watching from Cairns. Big Mitch Young fan. All right, Tyler. Cairns, I wonder if the Taipans have anything to do with that fandom of Mitch Young. But Mitch had a pretty good start to the game also, looking to be aggressive early, Dave.
Yeah, and I think that's where there's certainly advantages against him versus Wallace. So the Seahawks, we'll see what their game plan is against Mitch Young as the game continues, because if they do look at doubling, it's going to be creating more opportunities to hit the glass.
8-0 the start. Logan comes out with a bit of a trap. Back to his zone now. Pass inside, Wallace gets it, goes right at Young, misses. Simo Taylor, defensive rebound. Simmons skips. Nice look inside. Young aggressive, goes to the left hand, stripped by Jones. Amar recovers. Logan's got 12 on the shot clock. Cedar flips one up, it's off. Jones has it now for Seahawks. Campbell in the corner, gets it back out to his point guard. Jones gonna fire top of the key 3 off the front of the rim.
Well, not the greatest offensive set on that particular play for the Seahawks.
Young again on the block, working against Wallace. Looking inside, pass stolen. Here comes Jones, 2-on-1. Campbell gets it, goes up with it, misses again. Simon Taylor has it. Look inside, and Tom Howard fouls Mitch Young. Third team foul, 3.5 into this one. There's Cedar going at the defense. They work it around to Young, can't handle it. Simmons recovers with 8 on the shot clock. Working against Linton. Simmons gets inside, misses the layup though. Here comes Tommy Howard with the Jets on, goes right at the defense, misses the left-handed layup.
On those, like, that's a good drive, but I want to see him go in and create contact. Go right at the chest of Mitch Young and make him make a decision. There's two drives where Tommy probably should have got 4 free throws if he went a little bit harder and, again, make the referee make a call.
Seahawks looking for their first point still. 4 minutes into this one. And it comes from a Brent Wallace free throw line jump shot. Simon Taylor along the baseline misses. Young can't grab the rebound. Linton has it. Linton fires a wing 3. That's good. 5 straight here for the Seahawks. They're down 3. Simmons has it picked from behind by Jones.
Second steal for Jones.
Three-pointer from Campbell's off the front of the rim. Tommy Howard cleans up a missed rebound by Young. And now Coach Luke Can going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. It's 8-7 Logan up on the North Gold Coast Seahawks. The QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, and Stream Team Australia. Back with you here at Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. 8-7 the lead for Logan. Gold Coast has responded well.
You got to love hoops. Only in hoops can you get an 8-0 start, timeout, followed by a 7-0 response, timeout.
Logan goes to the bench. Ryan Jeffries and Sean Carroll check in. And Tommy Amar keeps it the stroke sweet. Up 3 now, Logan.
Tommy 9. Seahawks
on quick
7.
buckets.
Of course, a little weird seeing Ryan Jeffries in the white, Johnny, with the move to Logan this season.
A pretty new dad. Congratulations to Ryan and his wife. Carroll can get hot from 3. Not that time. A couple weeks back,
Yeah,
Carroll,
what
I
did
think
he
had,
hit?
had 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
On 11 attempts or something like that. I think he missed 2 threes the whole game.
Finished with 30-something, 32.
Yeah. Yeah. Linton, deep one, that's off. Goldfinch missed the rebound. LeMagan on there for Seahawks as well. Young, another 3. That's good. Big 3 there from Mitch Young puts Logan up 6. They call, what happened there? They call a foul.
I've got a feeling either the game clock,
clock.
hadn't done something or the shot clock, or, yeah, it was just a little technical delay. That's all it was.
Reset, all right. Here's Goldfinch working against Amar. Now pass inside for Wallace. Hook shot is good.
Great touch. Nice deep seal from Wallace and a good entry from Goldfinch. But then the big dog runs the floor harder than Wallace and gets an easy 2.
A good run in there. Rim running from Mitch Young.
Well, really, other than Wallace, the Seahawks are pretty small. So they're going to have to clean that up.
The making floater is too strong, tipped around. Young nearly lost and recovers to Simmons. Pass tipped out of bounds by Goldfinch. It's going to stay with Logan. They've got 11 seconds on the shot clock. Holmquist Pollock checks in. Brent Wallace gets a breather. Carroll, wing 3. That's strong.
Well,
Holmquist Pollock pushing.
First one air ball, second one hit a lot of glass. Bit of a rough start for Carroll.
Great ball movement. Linton, though, too strong on the layup. Jeffries goes right, shoots lefts, and swishes.
Classic Jeffries in transition.
Yeah, it was a great shot through a lot of contact as well. Just a really nice finish.
Well, and you know, Holmquist, that's a bit of a mouthful. Holmquist Pollock did a pretty good job of defending him.
Goldfinch misses his first shot. Jeffries kicks ahead for Young. Young goes right at the defense. Hook shot blocked by Holmquist Pollock. Here comes Campbell. Out to LeMakin. Corner 3. No good, but there's a foul on Tommy Amar. So the captain, Alexander LeMakin, going to go to the free throw line for 3 shots. Michael Cedar checks back in, as does Jared Thompson for the first time this evening.
Mitch Young still just having a little bit of a chat to the referees, unbelieving that he got blocked.
I mean, we didn't have a great angle, but it looked good from here, as in right, looked like the right call from here. I think he was just angry that like some dude a few inches shorter than him blocked him.
Yeah.
It happens.
That's good. Very small lineup out here for North Gold Coast.
Well, they're probably going to zone here or get into a little bit of a press, maybe with this group. What they don't want to do at the moment, I feel they're playing a Logan style of and pace, and that's exactly what Logan wants to do. Really high scoring affair. Get out in transition, share the ball.
Jeffries, no look pass for Young to put it down with 2 hands.
And Mitch Young, listen, next time the guards come, you dunk on them.
Nice look there from Jeffries too.
Well, that's what they've, again, obviously they're going to miss Obi Shea, but they really struggled from their bench last year for me. So I think having a Jeffries will really give them a little bit of a punch on the bench.
Grab a turnover here to do the Seahawks. Down 6, approaching a minute mark in the first quarter. Linton fires a 3 off the back of the rim. Long rebound. LeMakin gets it. LeMakin can't finish. And it's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Linton. Got to give a shout out to Nicola Linton, watching all the way from Coffs Harbor. Big Robert Linton fan and a Seahawks fan. Got to assume that's a relative, but thanks for tuning in, Nicola. Jeffries' floater is off the back of the rim. Howard grabs the rebound. Young went down hard. He's going to make his way back down court. Howard has 6 on the shot clock. Skips it over. Goldfinch, deep 3. It's up. It's strong. LeMakin grabs the rebound. 5 seconds left. Goldfinch fires and drains it. That's going to be the end of the quarter, and a great finish there for the Seahawks, cutting their deficit to 3 behind the Cameron Goldfinch three-pointer.
Yeah, the Thunder boys just fell asleep. No one on the rebound, and LeMakin did a great job of hitting his man. Boom.
Keeping the ball alive as well. Long rebound, grabs an offensive rebound. I thought he shot it a little bit early, but he shot it in rhythm. It was a great look for Goldfinch.
Yeah, it was just a really great execution as well, you know, just taking the shot, also the boys crashing the boards to get the rebound. Great kick out, and realistically, just a great way to end the quarter for the Seahawks. So they'll come into the second quarter with a lot of energy after that as well, bringing it back to a 3-point game. So they're going to come out firing in the next one.
Great first quarter of action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. Good luck when you compete in the 2019 Small Nations Olympics. You know you'll have our support, and we'll be pushing for Malta to bring home that medal. Couple of new faces on the court. Tendakai Machando in for the first time. Returning to the court, Earl Jones, and he gets fouled on his way to the basket. He's going to have 2 shots to start the second quarter for the Seahawks.
Yeah, nice little horns action. Good read from Jones.
Jones.
And obviously, it's a more mobile group now on the floor for the Hawks, so I think look for them to really spread the floor.
One of 2 for Jones.
Everybody now. Defense.
Machando running the point for the Thunder at the moment. Jeffries driving baseline. Finds Thompson from the free throw line. That's off. Amar offensive rebound. He's stripped by LeMakin. Here comes the captain for the Seahawks. Gets it back. He's wide open. Three-pointer up. In and out. Cedar against Goldfinch. Goes left, stops, fadeaway jump shots, good for Michael Cedar. Jones to LeMakin. They work it around the perimeter. Good drive and a nice finish there for Marcus Holmquist Pollock.
Well, Young no doubt will get a quick call up because on those drives, there's just no one in the paint for Logan.
Cedar dumps it for Jeffries. Baseline jumpers off. Amar, another offensive rebound. Goes inside. That's a big foul. Holmquist Pollock landed funny, but it looks like he was all right. Jarrett Thompson will go to the line for a couple.
Seahawks foul number 4, Marcus Holmquist Pollock. His first team foul. Rayshon Simmons returning to the Thunder as is number 3 Mitch Young.
Tommy Amar gets a breather. Looks like. Mitch Young checks in. Rayshon Simmons checks in as well. Jeffries also on the bench. Thompson misses the first one.
Get loud!
Second one's good for Thompson, so Logan up 3 now. About 8.5 minutes left in this first half. LeMakin, corner 3 attempt for Howard is short. Good driving kick there. Simmons, baseball pass up ahead. Jones nearly breaks it up. Thompson hands off, and there's a foul on Jones reaching in. I think that's his second, the team's second. Chando goes inside for Simmons. Jones guarding him. Good no-look pass. Machando catch, finishes with the left. I know you like that, Dave, the inside out.
Yeah, good, and it's just simple hoops from Machando. Great job going down the middle of the key, being aggressive, finishing with the left.
Howard spins. Left-hand shot blocked by Mitch Young. Use this quickness to get around the big man, but sometimes you can't beat height. Wallace checks back in, as does Campbell.
And it's the third time that Tom's gone on his left, which is good. But again, I'm interested to see why. Trying to attack on his right hand, get some buckets, get a bit of confidence.
You have a bit of history with Tom Howard, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, back with the 20 Queensland boys. Interesting career for Tommy, obviously a Crocs development player, and then he went and got recruited into the Suns and gave them a couple of years with the AFL.
We're talking AFL, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's back in hoops.
I know North Gold Coast happy to have him. Simmons looking inside, instead goes to Cedar, open on the wing. That one rattles home, it's a three. 27-19, Logan up 8. High floater, too strong for Jones, and McCedar gets it.
A lot of quick shots here.
No look pass, Young misses the shot, gets a rebound, put back is good.
A lot of quick shots for the Seahawks. And just offensively, I'm just not sure what they're trying to go to.
Good look inside. Wallace with the finish.
Yeah, it's the best looking offensive set they've had in a few minutes. And again, Wallace is such a decent target. You can always keep it simple.
Mitch Young fouled. Yeah, gave that one to Wallace. His second, the team's third. Mitch Young going to go to the free throw line for a couple shots.
Mitch Young at the line for 2. Get loud, Seahawk Nation.
Can't hit the first.
Good job. Stamp those feet, up those hands, scream and shout. Get loud.
Young missed again, but there's a lane violation, so he'll get another shot.
Broke the key lane early. Gets down another go. Doesn't look comfortable.
He hits that one. Jumper from Jones is off, tipped around by Campbell. Wallace has another go. He misses it well. Cedar, top of the key three. That's good. McCedar starting to heat up. His team's up 12.
Well, they've only hit two field goals in the first 5 minutes, Johnny, the Seahawks, so they need to try and manufacture some offense from somewhere.
Howard trying to make something happen. He's fouled on his way to the basket.
Number 7, tended by Machado, his first personal foul, second team foul. Tom Howard at the line for 2.
I'm just struggling to see a set structure in the Seahawks offense at the moment. Like, you're looking at it and I can't really work out what they're trying to do. Are they running a 5-man shell? Are they running horn set? Are they going inside out? Like, they just, every single play seems to be completely different and there doesn't seem to be any structure in terms of what they're trying to do. And I think that's part of the problem with what's happening on the floor at the moment is there's no structure. They're taking rush shots. Like, they ended up on the free throw line this time because there was at least that drive at the defensive player. But it still probably wasn't the right drive to take through heavily guarded Kiwi.
Yeah, they're looking for someone to step up at the moment. There hasn't been one player really dominating at the moment. They've looked the best, I think, when Wallace gets touches in the paint.
Well, either that or Lomakin's done a good job of moving the ball and zinging the ball around the perimeter, and then they get opportunities to drive. You know, equally like to see Linton get a bit more involved offensively.
Machando gets his feet in the paint, kicks it out. Cedar puts it on the deck. One-handed floater is good. Michael Cedar.
Well, good read. They went to the zone like we thought they would a fair bit tonight. But you can't fall for that pump fake.
I also gotta say, I would love to put a step, what do they call you measure the steps. I reckon Luke Ken would probably do about 100,000 steps just in front of his own bench in a game. I don't think he sits down for a minute as Simmons loses it on his way up.
I think we just need to find an in-game sponsorship deal for him with a Fitbit or Samsung or someone with a fitness watch. Try and measure his steps, because he probably does more than half of his players.
Well, he's having a good word with the referees at the moment. They gave the bench a bit of a warning. I'm not sure what the bench warning was for. Zone here from Logan.
Yeah, sorry, Johnny. We were talking about the zone, and I'm not saying. Oh, good job. Stay with it, big Brent Wallace. I'm not saying you can't fall for the Cedar pump fake. Of course, it's a pretty damn good one. My point is, you've got to stay down and contest and keep them out of the middle in their zone as a principle. And so what all Logan's doing is pump fake and getting into the middle all night long so far. So Seahawks sort of cleaned that up.
And you look at the speed at which Logan moves the ball as well. Every offensive play down their end of the floor, they're just moving the ball so fast. If any one of the players holds the ball for more than a fraction of a second once they've got their offense set, it's just so fast-paced, and it's making it hard for the Seahawks to actually man up and defend it.
And Logan's quite high in their defensive set at the moment in their zone. So again, Seahawks have got to look to maybe send someone, flash into the high post, try and get that inside-outside, or sorry, the big-to-big action. Wallace on a seal. Tommy Howard did it a couple times to start the game. Goldfinch and Linton are certainly more than capable of doing that as well.
35-24. Logan is up 11. Mitch Young was fouled. He's at the free throw line for a couple shots. He hits the first. And hits the second. Big hammer there from Campbell. Puts it down with two hands. Seahawks still trail by 11. Got the crowd into it. Let's see if it can energize his team. Young's pass for Jeffries. Back out now, Cedar, long two, in and out. Campbell grabs the rebound. Campbell's open, wing three up. That one's strong, and Jeffries grabs the defensive rebound. Simmons missed the three. Campbell goes right at Machando, flips it up and in. Timeout taken on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. 3 minutes to go in the first half. It's 37-28. Logan up on the Seahawks. Your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Live Sport Australia, Australian Sports Network, and Stream Team Australia. Back with you here at Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium. John Guarna with Dave Derwin and Regan Baker. Guys, pretty good first half of action. 9 points to lead for Logan. Pretty good performance so far. Cedar heating up here in the second.
Yeah, I think for the Seahawks, they got to try and create some offense. They're only shooting at 25% from the floor, which obviously is not going to get it done.
Jeffries with the left hand. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, I really want to see Goldfinch really inject himself into the game. Again, if he's not going to shoot the ball, then he can still crash the glass and impact the game, because they certainly need everything they can at the moment. 28 points with 2 minutes to go before halftime, and they're settling for long twos. Ain't going to get it done.
Simmons looking inside, finds Amar on the corner three, no good. Campbell double teamed on the baseline. Holmquist Pollock hits the baseline jumper.
He's been good.
He's been very good.
He's been giving him good minutes. Banging. No nonsense. Jeffrey
inside. Amar banks it home. Jeffrey's bringing it back, man. We haven't seen him play. We missed him last season.
Yeah, he took last year off.
Campbell travels.
And that brings in a very early double-double for Tommy Amar as well after that last basket. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Nice and early in the game.
Tommy taking it back to the old school.
How many sneaky offensive? 5, 6?
4 offensive, 6 defensive.
4.
Gee, Tommy's going to ask for a contract extension after this first half. He might sign at halftime. Carroll puts it on the floor, finds Simmons in the corner. Simmons wants to go one-on-one with Linton. Crosses over to the right hand, skips it to Amar. Corner three up. And Goldfinch comes down with the rebound. Tommy Howard again going to the left, lost it, but recovered. Linton. Hands up, fakes the handoff, faked me out. Tommy Howard from the wing, pump fakes, turns it over. Carroll comes up with the steal, goes right at LeMakin, lost it, and travels. Carroll's a little bit off his game tonight so far.
Yeah, and down the other end, Tommy can just shoot the three. Equally, LeMakin can give it to him about 5 seconds earlier.
Howard's pass stolen. Young comes up with it. Mitch Young dumps it off for Amar. Now Simmons wide open three up. No good. Offensive rebound. Mitch Young goes to the left-handed hook shot and swishes it. Logan starting to pull away a little bit here. They're up 11. Got about 15 seconds left in the half. LeMakin guarded by Jeffries at about half court. Jeffries gets called for the blocking foul. Only the 4th team foul, so Logan had that one to give. Second personal on Jeffries. Simon Taylor going to check in, as is Earl Jones for the Seahawks.
13 points down with 7.5 seconds to go into the halftime break here. I'd really like to see a nice offensive play from the Seahawks to give them the momentum going into the half.
Jones gets inside. Howard missed the rebound. Jeffries doesn't get a shot off. Wasn't a bad look. Jones got a shot off. Just a little too high and a little too strong.
Not the momentum push I was hoping that they were going to get. I was hoping, a couple more passes around. Like you said, it wasn't a bad look, but also probably not the best possible look they could have had. And that's the feeling I've had about the Seahawks going into this halftime break is their offense doesn't have as much structure as what Logan's does, and they're not moving the ball around fast enough. They're making it easy for Logan to defend just about every shot they're taking, and there's a reason why the Seahawks shooting percentage is only sitting on 28%, and that's because they're making it easy for Logan to defend them. And alternatively, down the other end of the floor, Logan's just doing a really great job on the offensive rebounds as well. They're putting up a lot of second chance shots, but they're hitting a pretty damn clip straight out of the bat. They're shooting just under 50%.
Yeah, Logan did a really good job in that first half, getting some points on the board. North Gold Coast, though, they've got to find the offense from somewhere, Dave. It came mainly from Brent Wallace, which typically we don't see Wallace putting up big points, but he's been a real focal point for them offensively. They need someone else to step up.
Yeah, I mean, and I think their offense doesn't necessarily stink that bad. They've actually had a couple of good looks, and they've got some good, clearly they've got some decent perimeter players, but you got to make a shot. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. Especially when I wouldn't say Logan is super duper imposing on the defensive end. That's not their strength. Their strength is get out and run in transition is how they beat you. They'll outscore you. Mitch Young's really their only big guy other than Tommy. So again, Seahawks are going to continue to stretch the floor, more ball movement, work together to try and get some people open instead of just kind of a bit of a one-out flavor as how they're rolling so far.
Well, we'll see what adjustments are made at halftime or in the second half, because it is halftime. It's 43-30. Logan up on the North Gold Coast Seahawks in your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, and Stream Team Australia. We'll see you shortly for the statistics in the second half of action. Back with you here at Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. Nothing but Net Media bringing to you the QBL Game of the Week between the North Gold Coast Seahawks and the Logan Thunder at halftime. Thunder are up 13.
On the board. They need to fix up what they're doing with their offense. They need to find some structure, and they need to move the ball around, split the defense away, and not take shots under so much defensive pressure from the Logan team. It's not that Logan's a great defensive team, but North Gold Coast is making it easy for them to get in position and get the stop because they're not moving the ball around fast enough to really prevent them from taking a good shot.
North Gold Coast being led by Brent Wallace. He's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. But you look at the statistics, there's not much else there. Next leading scorer is Cameron Goldfinch with 5. They've got a few players on the board, but no one really stepping up.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, there's a lot of work that can be done on the North Gold Coast offensive effort as well. And, they've got some amazing players out there. You've got Linton, you've got Howard, you've got, Campbell as well. They've got some big offensive scorers who could be doing a lot of work underneath, but it's just not happening at the moment with the lack of that offensive structure.
I think I just was having some off-air chat with NBL legend Derek Rucker, and we didn't talk about it, but I remember one time talking with him one night after a QBL game a few years ago, and he said, it's pretty simple. Stay in front of your man, stop him, rebound the ball, score down the other end. And quite simply, that's what Seahawks have got to do. They've got to lift the intensity defensively, get some stops, and then get going and try and break out with some transition buckets because they've got some good athletes.
Good finish there by Simon Taylor. Have a few shout-outs we got to do. Got to give a shout-out to our guy, Colby Stefanovic, watching at home with his boys and his wife. And also want to give a shout-out to Sean Connolly from the Brisbane Capitals and the rest of the Brisbane Capitals men's players watching the live stream on the Gold Coast while they're enjoying the weekend off from hoops. Pretty sure there's a few tins involved with the Capitals boys as well.
You would have to think so.
Amar missed the layup. Quentin Campbell comes down with the rebound, and then Amar tips it out of bounds. 45-33, the score. Holmquist, Pollock. They swing it around now. Jones has it on the left wing. Holmquist, Pollock thought about it, gets it to Linton. They swing it out. Campbell 3 off the front of the rim. Simon Taylor up ahead to Simmons now. Finds Taylor, leaves his feet, dumps off for Young to lay it up and in. Logan getting it done in transition.
Yeah, that's why they're one of the league leaders in assists per game. I think they are numero uno.
Campbell puts it back with one hand.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the Jones miss.
Thunder #1 in the league in assists, Johnny, and they showed you why. Again, good drives, unselfish play.
Simmons has his pocket picked. Scrapping for the ball. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Seahawks.
A little bit of chatter going out on the floor between the boys.
I'm not sure why the big man, Jonesy, got a warning. He didn't open his mouth.
Must have been a little bit of antagonising early on there.
Oh,
I'm not too sure. It didn't look like it, but yeah.
Simmons didn't like whatever he did on the jump, looking to tie him up, but Jones just went for the ball. No nonsense, up.
He got his hand, got the strip.
Yeah.
Getting after it, you gotta like that.
All right, everybody, now let's go Seahawks, let's go.
Jones gonna fire the 3.
I like it.
Hits it.
I like it. Go at him.
9 points to deficit. Gotta get stops though.
Like that Jones backs up his lack of talk with the 3, let his game do the talking.
Young backing in, hook shot too strong. Goldfinch grabs the rebound.
Already, we're only 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. We can really see the intensity having lifted from the Seahawks, which is exactly what we said they needed to do, boys. And it's just been such a change of pace already as Jones goes hard to the bucket and gets fouled. This is a whole new Seahawks team we're seeing in this second.
Lot more energy. A lot more intensity. The crowd's into it as well.
And a big crowd it is too, Johnny. We were just saying before, it's probably one of the biggest crowds we've had in QBL 19 so far for the games that we've streamed. Seahawks put on a pretty good show, big crowd turnout. And short drive down from Logan as well, so they've got a bit of a crowd to the right of us here as well.
I'm glad you didn't say quick drive.
It definitely wasn't a quick drive.
Hopefully it'll be a quick one home.
The M1, is that the most doomed road in Queensland?
McCedar in the corner. Off the front of the rim, nice offensive rebound, Simon Taylor. Simmons gets inside, his shot is good.
Yeah, great drive, good finish.
Both teams playing with great energy here, 49-39. Logan up 10. Holmquist Pollock stepped out of bounds.
And he's thrown a pump fake on the last three, and we all knew he wasn't going to shoot it. Just catch it, engage the D, and do something else.
Well, he's hit a couple. I mean, he has hit one tonight.
No,
so.
Mick Young was having none of his pump fake.
I thought he hit one.
No. He hasn't.
He's 2 from 2 from the field, but yeah, not a.
Yeah. I thought he had a 3 in the first. Must be hallucinating again. Simmons goes left, loses it off his foot. It'll be Gold Coast, North Gold Coast ball.
Well, I really like their intensity on the other end. They're holding Logan to 6 points so far. +3 in the third quarter to the home team.
Three-pointer up, that's no good. Campbell put back with 2 hands. Second one we've seen so far.
And a great steal there by Jones as well. He steps up for the 3.
Another offensive rebound and put back by Campbell. Lead is cut to 6, and Logan is forced to take a timeout. The North Gold Coast Seahawks.
Big Q, welcome to the game.
Stepping back up into this one.
Jones and Campbell just driving the Seahawks in this third quarter so far. It almost could have been a third putback on the dunk, but huge cover plays there from Jones and Campbell.
Timeout taken on the floor. Let's keep it here and take a look at the stats, Dave. It's a big third quarter here so far for the North Gold Coast Seahawks.
Yeah, well, that's a +7 now, Johnny, and equally they went a little small, which is interesting. So Wallace, who's been good for them, he's been on the bench while they've made their run, so they've gone a bit smaller. I think they've, again, been a little more engaged defensively, knowing that they need to rebound and scramble together. And they're offensively looking a little bit better as well. And obviously Q's been hitting some shots, getting out and run like we talked about. So he's got 11 now. Brett Wallace with 8, Goldfinch with 5, and Jones with 5 as well.
Yeah, just a huge change in pace from the Seahawks as well. They've really, they probably got their butts handed to them at halftime, and they've just really turned things around. They're coming out with energy and a bit of fire in their belly, and this very vocal Seahawks crowd is really giving it to them as well and driving them up. So it's going to be a great second half of the game if they can keep this energy up.
Let's see what they got coming out of that timeout, what adjustments Logan can make to get back into it. Chando out there, goes behind his back. Keeping his dribble alive. Swings it over, Cedar now. Amar puts it on the deck.
Just look at the difference in the defense here from the Seahawks. 19 seconds of terrific defense. Everyone's engaged, in stance.
His first team foul. Michael Cedar on the line for 2.
And as usual, it's contagious.
Let's make it difficult. Make some noise in here.
Cedar hits the first. See what Cedar can do with the second. Gets that one to roll as well. A couple free throws stop the bleeding for Logan at the moment. They're up 8. Come out with a bit of pressure here. Campbell swings it. Goldfinch is open. Wing 3 up. And it's short off the front of the rim. Machando defensive rebound. He turns it over though. Here's Holmquist Pollock up ahead. Linton skips it. Jones from the corner. 3 is off. Campbell another offensive rebound. He puts it back up and misses. That's tough, that one.
Use the backboard.
Jones comes up with another steal. Campbell looking for it. Jones dumps it off. Campbell lays it in. Where was the hammer? That's what I want to know.
Oh, Jones another steal. That's got to be 4 or 5 steals.
Campbell misses. Cedar grabs it.
That'll be his 4th steal, DD.
Yeah.
Logan clinging to a 6-point lead here. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Cedar, deep 3 off the front of the rim. Amar chases it down. Young, Linton on his back, finds a cutting Cedar. Reverse layup, good, plus the foul. Quentin Campbell going for the block. Foul Cedar again. And Mick Cedar has an opportunity for a 3-point play.
A lot of changes here for the Thunder.
Simmons, Jeffries, and Carroll check in for Logan. Tom Howard, Alex Lemakin check in for North Gold Coast. Cedar misses it off the front of the rim. Logan up 8. Goldfinch to Howard, challenged at the rim, no foul call. Good contest there from Jeffries. Simmons swings it, Cedar, good pump fake, out to Carroll, 3 is up, and it's down. Nice transition offense there from Logan.
Good answer, and that hurts too. From a momentum point of view, Howard misses the relatively easy layup.
Nice floater there from Earl Jones over Mitch Young. Young loses it. Jones recovers for North Gold Coast. Goes cross court. Now Howard has it, goes around the defense, lays it in, plus the foul. Tommy Howard goes to the right hand like you've been saying. Gets it to fall, and he'll go to line for another one.
Well, the Seahawks have got to, when they watch the tape, I'll give them a tip. When they bust out in trans, they look good. When they don't, they're struggling. It's really that simple. Offensively in their half court, they're struggling to execute. And I think they're struggling to know who I'm going to try and get a shot for in transition. Again, Jones doing a good job. They're getting out, making good decisions.
You think North Gold Coast can keep up this frantic pace for the rest of this game, Dave?
Maybe, and maybe Logan might drag him to play this type of pace because that's what Logan likes to play.
Good fake by Simmons. Can't get his layup to fall. Tipped around. Young recovers. Left-handed hook shot short. Howard defensive rebound. Earl Jones step back 3 is off the front of the rim. You don't like that one, Dave. I saw you shake your head.
Yeah, bad shot.
Sean Carroll, corner 3. It's the bottom of the net. 9 points the lead for Logan. 59-50, we're under 3 in the third. Howard's floater's good, plus the foul. Tommy Howard's starting to be able to produce a bit on the offensive end for the Seahawks.
Yeah, well, he's been really quiet so far. But they need more of him, you know. I'm not sure what his season averages are, but he's the kind of guy who's certainly capable of giving you 15 and 10 every night.
Well, you're pretty close, actually, to be honest, TD. He's averaging 11.6 for the season and 9.6 rebounds as well. So he's not doing too bad, and he's definitely capable of what he's showing us here now in the third.
Brent Wallace checks back in for the Seahawks. Howard missed the free throw. Jeffries kicking it up court, and Howard gets called for the foul. His second personal, third team foul of the quarter.
And the Seahawks are using all their energy to stay in the game. The last couple times they've missed Carroll open on 3 balls, and they've got to do a better job of finding guys and communicating.
It's one of the better crowds we've had in our games this season, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, we said before it was a really good crowd.
Really well engaged, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference between having a big crowd and then having a loud crowd as well. And, you know, I think the crowd is really part of the reason why the Seahawks team has come out performed in this third quarter, because they're just amazing.
Great take there by Rayshawn Simmons, laying it in with the left hand. Howard is fouled. It's going to go against Ryan Jeffries. 4th team foul. That's Ryan Jeffries' 4th personal foul as well. Don't know if Coach can recognize that. LeMagan skips it. Linton 3. Good from Rob Linton. Cuts his team's deficit to 6.
I haven't seen Linton play, but he's certainly, I watched him in the warm-ups, has a nice looking jimmy. I assumed he was better than his 1-6 start, and again, they need him to get hot.
Ryan Jeffries answers with his own 3-pointer, pushing the lead back out to 9 for Logan. Goldfinch steps out of bounds right in front of his bench. Luke Can going to the bench, going to reinsert Tommy Amar and Simon Taylor for Mick Cedar and Ryan Jeffries. Looks like the Seahawks going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. Minute 41 left in the third quarter. It's 64-55, Logan up on the Seahawks in your QBL Game of the Week. Back with you here at Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. It's the North Gold Coast Seahawks at the moment trailing by 9, 64-55 versus the Logan Thunder. Carroll goes behind his back. Miscommunication between Sean Carroll and Mitch Young leads to a turnover. That zone from North Gold Coast, very high, very aggressive, Dave, on that possession.
Yeah, they need to, again, I like the energy from Seahawks in that zone just then.
Wallace goes to the left hand to lay it in. He flexes on him, too. I love it. Big fella says, get on my back, boys. Tommy Amar from the top of the key drains that three. He says, why not?
Well, in the zone just then, Wallace can't just sit in the middle and guard no one. He's got to step up, especially when Logan's such a spread group at the moment with shooters all around Mitch Young.
Pass too low for Brent Wallace, and Simon Taylor grabs the rebound. Carroll in the corner now for Logan. Skip pass stolen by Tommy Howard. Holmquist Pollock has it tipped, and Rayshawn Simmons comes up with the steal. He's gonna reset. Logan gonna work some clock here. There's about a 4-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Simmons skips it over. Amar, another three-pointer. That's good as well. Tommy Amar taking it back to the old school here. North Gold Coast gets one off with LeMakin, but it's well off. And Logan heads into the quarter time break up by 13, 70-57. Behind some hot shooting there from Tommy Amar to end the third.
Well, hot shooting and a defensive error from Tommy Howard. Well, I don't know why he left him on that penetration. You know Simmons is going to pass the ball, right? You got to stay home on Amar, who is cash money from the short corner. They're the mistakes, which means you know that's going to cost you from getting back in the game.
Yeah, Tommy Amar, I think, has 17 now.
Yeah, so tied with Mitch Young for to lead all scorers in the game so far tonight. Amar's just been playing left, right, and center all over the floor, and you just can't leave them open. There's been a few big three-point drops for the Logan Thunder in that quarter, and they barely had a hand in their face at all. So there's just that lack of defensive intensity coming from the Seahawks when they're taking those long threes. We saw the Sean Carroll three-point drop down in the right-hand corner here where stood there for all of a second and a half, and no one even bothered to move out to him as he just dropped the easy three-point swish. So you got to be more intense on defense than that, especially on a team that can shoot threes.
Well, that's why I brought it up earlier in the quarter. Do you think that North Gold Coast could keep up that frantic pace? And I think they got a bit tired in the second half of that quarter there.
Yeah, maybe. And again, the energy that it takes to try and fight back into a game, they've been down the whole game. So that also takes a bit of juice out of them. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the first 3 minutes will really decide if they're a chance or not. And if they can get it under 8, they might be a show. And if they can't, then I think you'll see Logan run away with it.
Yeah, that's going to be the tough thing because North Gold Coast Seahawks really are running a team of 8 at the moment. They're not running through their bench as much as what probably Logan is. So, they probably do have those tired legs and they're not, as fit out on the floor as what they need to be to keep up with a very fast-paced Logan side at the moment. So if they can get themselves back in it, get that energy that they had at the start of the third, they're still in with a chance. 13 points is not that difficult. We saw them bring it back to 4 after a 13-point deficit going into the third. So they got a chance. They just need to bring it.
Oh, they're going to need someone else to step up the scoring. Campbell had a pretty good quarter there. Earl Jones still only with 7 points, a little more active, getting a few steals. But I'd love to see Goldfinch, Howard, those guys step up and contribute a lot here in the fourth. And I think the Seahawks fans would love that as well.
Yeah, and again, this is the kind of stuff for guys like Goldfinch who possibly need some of the shots created for him because I think he's got a legit three-point shot as well. But 5 points again and 2 rebounds. You've got to produce and do things: steals, deflections, rebounds, etc.
Simmons hit a jumper. LeMakin can't get a response, but he goes inside. Wallace short jumper is short. Taylor defensive rebound. Young working against Howard. Finds Amar in the corner. He'll fire another 3. That's off the front side of the rim, I should say. Earl Jones with the defensive rebound. Megan gets in. Floater is good. A little bit better here to start for the Seahawks.
Yeah, just simple pick and roll action with Howard.
Young flips it up with the left hand and gets it to fall. Going right at Brent Wallace. Howard's pass, nice high catch, and Wallace lays it in. Amar cross court for Carroll, who recovers, finds Young, inside pass stolen by Linton. Young recovers the steal though. Now Simmons hesitates, throws up the floater. It's no good.
Wow.
Linton saves it.
The air ball from 2 feet.
Earl Jones loses it out of bounds. Michael Cedar checks in for Sean Carroll. Quentin Campbell checks in, as does Cameron Goldfinch. Howard and Wallace get a breather. Jared Thompson also on the floor for Logan. Cedar kicks it out. Now Taylor looking to be aggressive. Dumps it off for Thompson to fire the elbow jumper in and out. Tipped up and in by Ray Sean Simmons. Goldfinch from the corner, drains another three.
Yeah, that we talked about that, where again, he needs someone to help him create. He's a great shooter.
And Goldfinch played a few seasons ago for Logan when Derek Rucker was the head coach.
Really?
Yeah. Before he went off to school.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Earl Jones gets called for the reach-in foul. Definitely contact there. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. His third personal, the first team foul for North Gold Coast. Simon Teller on the wing looking for Simmons in the block. Working against LeMakin. Picks up his dribble, skips it to Amar. Cedar gets his feet in the paint. Simmons, top of the key three, up, in and out. Offensive rebound, Thompson. He has it stripped out of bounds by Earl Jones. Simmons looking to go at Linton. Finds Amar along the baseline. Inside pass tipped. Stolen. Linton comes up with it. Here comes Jones. Goes to the right hand. Left-handed scoop shot is good.
Sweet. Sweet move with the left.
Logan up 10. 6:40 left in this game. Simmons misses. LeMakin comes up with it. Kicks ahead for Jones. Jones goes right at the defense, reverse layup, too strong. Referees blow the whistle, bit of moisture along the baseline underneath the Seahawks basket there. Brent Wallace gonna check in for Alexander LeMakin. I had on my notes that LeMakin is the captain, but it's actually Rob Linton, the captain for the North Gold Coast Seahawks. Tommy Amar getting a breather. Mitch Young checks back in to match up with Brent Wallace.
Must have dropped a swimming pool on the floor when he went down before.
Taking a few towels.
That's the bar. The bar's doing that. Trying to keep wiping. Wipe it for like 20 minutes. Let's get those bar sales up.
Quentin Campbell back on the floor for the Seahawks.
There you go. Finally.
Simmons fires the three. It's short.
Linton with a good closeout. Good gap.
Young little hook shots off. Tipped around. Young recovers. Goes up again. Too strong. And Wallace grabs the D board.
They just got to do a better job on the scout. I mean, Simmons is not a great three-point shooter. His shots actually looks quite good, but he just doesn't shoot the ball a great deal from three. He wants to drive it, yeah. So again, create a better gap. Keep him out of the middle.
Cedar goes left. Reverse layup. Good. Does it with the right.
He does, and Cedar's been good tonight. He's just given them buckets when they needed buckets at key times.
Quentin Campbell looking to go one-on-one with Thompson. Reverses it to Linton. Linton at the free throw line. Jumper is off, but he's fouled from behind by Michael Cedar.
Number 24, Michael Cedar.
Coach Can with his arms in the air. I don't really know how we can argue with that one. That was pretty obvious that he got him on the arm.
Cedar was arguing all ball. So was Coach Can.
And guess what? The referee didn't change their mind. So,
Never seen it happen, ever. Linton hits the first one.
yeah, Cedar with 14, Johnny. He's been good for them getting those key buckets at key times. Tommy Amar, 17 points, 13 rebounds. Mitch Young, 19 and 8.
Still only 10-point lead here for Logan. And they're forcing another turnover are the Seahawks. Earl Jones pass, though, stolen by Simmons.
It's their 18th turnover for Logan.
Young double teamed. Pass is strong. Cedar recovers just. He's got 7 on the shot clock. I knew that was going up. And in! Cedar with the backbreaker there.
Well, he saw Goldfinch, sorry, backpedaling. We all knew it was going up.
Here's Goldfinch now with it. He'll fire a long 2. That's off. Cedar grabs the rebound. Just feels like every time the Seahawks get a stop, they turn it over or can't respond on the other end. Let's see if they can do it this time as Cedar missed and Jones has it. He's firing a wing 3. That's the back of the rim.
Well, listen, I mean, Jones has been interesting. I love a lot of the things he has.
Sorry about the technical issues there, folks. Lost the internet connection there for a bit. Apologies for that. 91-76, the lead for Logan. 2:01 left in this game. And Mitch Young at the free throw line for 2 shots.
1. And he made the M1. He didn't.
Logan comes out with some pressure. Jones throws it off of Simon Taylor. Again, apologies for the disconnection. Lost the internet connection there for a bit. Had to hustle back. Jones hands off for Linton. Gets it up. Shot nearly blocked, but he rolls it home.
Off Mitch's fingertips, I think.
Looked like it, didn't it? Tommy Amar, 3-pointer is good. He's got the jump shot going tonight. Tommy Amar looks like he's about to put the Seahawks to bed. They're up 17 on North Gold Coast. Campbell baseline jumper's good. Simmons gets inside, floater too strong, it's tipped around. Holmquist Pollock grabs the rebound. He's got to push. Pass inside for Campbell, lays it up, plus the foul.
Logan foul. Number 4, Rayshon Simmons. His 3rd personal foul. 13th foul. Please welcome into the game for the first time, number 15, Wilson Page. And number 11, Leslie Tabone.
Having major internet issues here for the last 2 minutes of the game, unfortunately, folks. I'm not sure what's happening. Campbell hits the free throw. Checking in for the first time, Wilson Page for North Gold Coast. Also checking in for North Gold Coast, Laseli Tupu. As Young lays it in with the right hand. Logan's up 14. And the clock gonna slowly run out on this one. North Gold Coast hung around pretty much all game, Dave. But Logan, every time North Gold Coast seemed to be making a run, Logan had an answer.
Yeah, they sure have. And, really good win for Logan as they close the game out here.
They'll let the clock run. There's about 4 seconds difference as Simmons again gets inside, misses. Jones kicks ahead. Campbell gonna fire a deep three. That's well off. Young recovers up ahead for Rayshawn Simmons to lay it up and in. And that's gonna do it as the Logan Thunder come in to Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium and pull out a 99-85 lead. The internet was not our friend to end this one. We're really sorry, everyone. Apologies for the technical issues. It was fine all night, and now all of a sudden it goes out at the end. We're really sorry about that, but a really good performance from the Logan Thunder. A really nice bounce back after a tough loss to Southwest last weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the group for the Seahawks will, again, be better for tonight. At times, they certainly matched Logan, but they just didn't get the ball in the hole when they needed to. And again, they struggled mostly from the field all night long. I'm just trying to have a quick look on the, yeah, I mean, they shot 39% for the game. So again, but if that, new import came in, he's only been here a week. Goldfinch has only been in a game. So, again, plenty of stuff that Seahawks can clean up for next week and keep on rolling. And for Logan, pretty good win. Tommy Amar was great. Mitch Young was terrific as well. And Jeffries had a nice little punch off the bench as well.
Yeah, I thought Logan got some really good performances from a bunch of people. Tommy Amar, Cedar, Rayshawn Simmons had a pretty good game as well. Carroll had his moments. So it was a great performance from Logan. I think North Gold Coast had some good moments. I think Brent Wallace really shown himself as a bit of a force so far this season. Is a great sign for North Gold Coast as well. But due to these technical difficulties, guys, I think we will just wrap things up. Let me just remind you about the game next weekend. We will have for you Southern District Spartans are going to host both Townsville Flames and the Townsville Heat next Sunday. The women tip at 1, men follow at 3. So sorry again for all the technical issues. I do have to thank my co-colleagues here and my co-commentators, Dave Derwin, my colleague Regan Baker, Chris Sieber on the camera work, James Bowman and the Australian Sports Network. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another presentation of the QBL Game of the Week by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, and Stream Team Australia. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.